Look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you.
Story. The Lamar family. Now understand, this is not the beginning, but it is a glimpse of our family's history as we journey back to the late 1800s. There was a man by the name of Horace Lamar who married his sweetheart, Fanny Higginbotham, or Lambert. Several of the children's death certificates state their mother's name was Fanny Higginbotham, others state Fanny Lambert, and others say surname unknown. As far as we know, to their union, 7 children were born. All of them were from Purdue Hill, Alabama. They were Ida, Isaiah, Nick, Willie, Horace, Eliza, and Grover. Ida Robinson Roberts was born in Purdue Hill, Alabama on May 16, 1900. She was affectionately referred to as Big Mama. She was a homeowner, landowner, and an educator. Ida moved to Freemanville, where she purchased 22 acres of land for a little more than $700. She was known around town for her preserves. Big Mama birthed 14 children, but only 12 lived to adulthood. All of Big Mama's children died from Alzheimer's disease. We can thank Ida's daughters, Alice, Inez, and Willie Mae, for having the mindset to start such a strong tradition that we continue to carry on today. The Lamar reunion. Ida died in Atmore, Alabama at the age of 68 years from congestive heart failure and chronic hypertension, cardiovascular disease.
Gray Clark, and I am a descendant of Ida Lamar Robinson. She was born to the union of Horace and Fanny Lamar in May of 1881. Ida resided in Freemanville, Alabama. She was known around town for her fabulous biscuits and her wonderful preserves. She was married, and to their union they had 14 children, 12 of those that lived to adulthood. Ida's family is represented here today at the Lamar family reunion. One last thing that I would like to leave you with is that we are sitting here because of Ida's children. 3 of those young ladies started the Lamar family reunion many years ago, and it has continued till this year. Those daughters would be Alice, Inez, and Willie Mae. I am proud to say I am a descendant of Ida.
Willie, the oldest of 7 children, was born July 14, 1878. He was educated to the 5th grade. Let's listen to a few facts regarding Willie's adult homestead.
This is the house where Willie lived in, and opposite of the house is where the crib, and it's still down there in those woods. Now this is where Willie had his workshop. This is a famous tree here. We always called it the 2 trees. And he would make his wagon wheels, his wagon bodies, and sharpen his plows and everything over here by the 2 trees. But his bellow and his other part of the workshop was over on this side. And that's where Dad would have to shoot the mules and so forth. Also, a little further over is where he had a sugar cane mill. He was a syrup maker.
He too was a landowner and a homeowner. His occupations included the following: farmer, blacksmith, and syrup maker. He was a notable blacksmith who made wagon bodies and other parts for the wagons. He also sharpened plows and shoed mules. His claim to fame was being Monroe County's best syrup maker. Willie and his wife, Anna, had 4 sons: Matthew, Eddie, Grover, and James. Later in life, Willie married Mamie. Willie died in Frisco City, Alabama at the age of 69 from a cerebral hemorrhage due to hypertension.
My name is Gloria Lamar. I am a descendant of Willie Lamar. Willie is the oldest child of Horace and Fanny. Willie was born on July 14, 1878, and he was known as a farmer and a landowner. Did you know that Willie has over 65 direct descendants living here in the Chicago area alone? Willie married Anna Pye on January 10, 1901, and they had 4 children. My grandfather, Matthew Lamar, was Willie and Anna's oldest child. After Anna's death, Willie married Mamie Rigby until his death on July 10, 1947, at the age of 68. Willie resided in Frisco City, Alabama, and he was buried at Mechanical Cemetery in Purdue Hill. We are representing Willie's family here at the reunion today.
Nick was born in Purdue Hill, Alabama on October 5, 1890. He was known as Uncle Boss. He lived in Jefferson County, a town near Bessemer, Alabama. His highest level of education was the 3rd grade. Uncle Boss was a landowner and served our country in World War I. His occupation was a miner. He was injured while working at Winona Mines, located in Bessemer, Jefferson County, Alabama. Nick died at TCI Hospital in Fairfield, Alabama on September 4, 1945, at the age of 54. The cause of death was due to a compound fracture, lacerations, abrasions, and a cerebral concussion. His death certificate stated that his injury was due to an accident where a rock fell on him. He was married to Lorenza Lamar. According to Isaiah's death certificate, he was born in Purdue Hill, Alabama on April 22, 1890. Isaiah's twin brother was Grover. He was a landowner and store owner. Isaiah died in Atmore on April 30, 1970, at the age of 80. The cause of death was chronic anemia, congestive heart failure, and heart disease. He was listed as a widow.
I'm Cleveland James Lamar Jr. I'm Grover Lamar's grandson. Okay, we're standing at Grover Lamar's found resting place. And that's my granddaddy. And Papa was a carpenter. He built a lot of things around here between Atmore and Monroe County. And I was just finna tell you about the cemetery. See, they owned the cemetery at one time. My granddaddy and some more men got together and they bought this for a cemetery at the time. So that's how we got right where we are here, burying them.
According to Grover's death certificate, he was born in Purdue Hill, Alabama on April 8, 1889. But we've been told his birth date was April 22, 1888. Grover's twin brother was Isaiah. He was a carpenter, a mason, and a homeowner. One of his most notable achievements was he built a school bus out of a 1.5 ton truck so that the black students in Freemanville would have a way to school. He was married to Fanny Washington Lamar. Grover's wife and mother were both named Fanny. He too, like his twin brother, died in Atmore, Alabama on November 14, 1967, at the age of 78 due to cerebral hemorrhage.
My name is Brianna Lamar. I'm a descendant from Grover. Grover was the 5th child of Fanny and Horace. Grover was also known for farming. Grover resided in Freemanville, Alabama. Grover was also known for contracting and bus driving. Grover married Fanny Washington and they had 7 children. Today, Grover's family is represented at the reunion.
Horace was named after his father. He was born December 15, 1888. He received his education from the Alabama State Teachers College. The local newspaper credited him with being a pioneer in the education of Negro children in Monroe County starting in 1903 where he served as the principal for 31 years. In his early years, Horace's land and the first school that was built was located on what was known as Lamar Corner in Purdue Hill. This is the location, but the school no longer exists. He sold timber and cattle, along with receiving donations from mostly Christian organizations and the Monroe County School Board. Horace agreed to teach for $7.50 for 4 months. Bethlehem Industrial Academy, known as BIA, received its Christian name because of the financial support it obtained from Christian organizations. BIA was an educational institution with dormitories for girls and boys. In addition to academics, the school was known for having the best boys and girls basketball team in the surrounding counties.
Hello, my name is Fannie Lamar Malone. I played forward on the girls' basketball team at BIA. I think we were pretty good because we would only lose 1 game per year. What do you think about that?
My name is Chad Hill. I'm the descendant of Horace James Lamar. Horace James is the 4th oldest child of Fannie and Horace. Did you know that Horace James was known for being a Negro education pioneer in Monroe County, Alabama, and the principal of Bethlehem Industrial Academy in Monroeville, Alabama? Horace James resided in Purdue Hill and later moved to Monroeville, Alabama. Horace was an insurance agent, home builder, and property developer who owned many homes and many acres of land in Monroe County, Alabama. Horace James was married to Ella Lamar and they had 9 children. Horace James Lamar's family is represented at the reunion today.
His namesake continues to be passed down from generation to generation. He was married to Ella Dinkins Lamar. He died in Monroeville, Alabama on May 2nd, 1969 at the age of 80 due to heart disease. Eliza, the second eldest child, known to be a hard worker and one to stay busy. Her occupations were quilt maker, seamstress, and midwife. Her dedication to childbirth gave her joy in knowing the service in which she rendered. When a child was to be born, she would sometimes be drawn away from home days at a time. She would not leave a new baby until the umbilical cord fell off. She would not trust anyone to follow through with this task. She was a homeowner. Eliza planted cotton and watermelons and had a syrup mill. Although she had a strong love for mankind, she had a greater love for family.
Hi, my name is Nicole Rabb, and I'm a descendant of Eliza Lamar. Eliza was born in Purdue Hill, Alabama in July 1879. She later moved to Freemanville, Alabama, and was married to Jimmy Timms, who she had 9 children with until his passing. She then married George Smith and had 1 child until his passing, and then married Tom Wright and had 3 children. In total, Eliza had 13 wonderful children. Those children included Fannie, my grandmother, Clyde, Henderson, John, Wesley, Minnie, Ida, Lexana, Lenny, Caesar, Zelma, Willie, and Jimmy. Did you know that in her community, Eliza was not only known as a seamstress, but a midwife as well? Eliza's grandchildren lovingly referred to her as Big Mama, and she was famous with them for her cakes and pies, especially her lemon meringue pie. Eliza passed away in 1951 and is buried in Freemanville, Alabama. Eliza has many descendants all across the U.S., but most of them reside in Connecticut, followed by Washington, D.C., Ohio, Florida, Georgia, and of course, Alabama. Eliza's family is represented here at the reunion today.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh,
So from the late 1800s until now, this family has been instrumental in moving from Negro to Black to the African Americans we are today. Our family sacrificed so that we could have autonomy from oppression, the freedoms of life, and the pursuit of happiness. Let's pause for a moment and think back over your lives. We've just taken a trip down memory lane. I urge you today to stay strong and stay connected so that the Lamar family reunion is the continued tradition that will be cherished for years to come.